friends, welcome to Neetu's library. Today we are going to hear the fifth part of the story, The Mother I Never Knew. The name of this part is The Meeting. So let's begin. A few weeks after the visit to Shigaon, Vijayabai insisted on taking Venkatesh to the mutt in Sonda. The Sonda Vadiraja mutt is one of the 8 mutts of Udupi. It is the only mutt located close to Hubli and is revered by as the sacred place where the great saint Vadiraja entered his tomb alive. Anant Patil happily agreed to his wife's request and the three of them started for Sonda on Saturday. The car ride was simply wonderful. There was a lush green everywhere and they stopped to see the Bakula flowers and Ilaichi bananas in Yellapura and the Marikamba temple in Sirsi. They reached their destination around lunchtime. Venkatesh, Anant Patil and Vijayabai took a room in the mutt. They washed and changed and then seated themselves in the large hall where there were already a long queue for lunch. Patil and Vijayabai met some family friends and Venkatesh found himself alone. He went and sat down. There was an old woman next to him who asked, "When did you come here, Shankar?" Venkatesh wasn't surprised by the mistaken identity anymore. Now he was determined to find more information about his lookalike. He calmly replied, "I am not Shankar, but I have heard that I look like him. If may I ask, who are you?" "I am Manda auntie from Hulgar. Shankar, I know that we are meeting after a long time. Stop teasing me." "Amma, I am telling you the truth. I am not Shankar." She stared at him. "But you look just like him. His mother Bhaggava and I are good friends." "Tell me more. What does Shankar do?" "He is a primary school teacher and works in Shishunal. He has 3 daughters, Mandakini, Alaknanda and Sarayu." "And where does he live?" Venkatesh asked politely. The old woman was happy to talk to him. She replied, "Well, he lives in Divitachal near the Ganesh Talkies movie theatre in Hubli. Shankar also has a house in Shishunal." "I don't understand, Amma. Does he live in both places?" "How do I explain this?" She paused. "Shankar's mother, Bhaggava, is old and lives in Shishunal with her son, while Mangalabai, Shankar's wife, lives in Hubli with the children. The second and third daughters are in college, while the oldest daughter, Mandakini, stays at home and takes tuitions at people's houses." The old woman took a long breath and continued, "That makes Shankar the only earning member of the family. They have no land and barely any money. He's had a tough life. His daughter Mandakini was born in Mulak Nakshatra. Her horoscope advises that she should be wedded into a house without father-in-law. Unfortunately, Shankar is finding it difficult to find a suitable match since he can't afford to pay dowry either. That's why I thought that Shankar had come here to pray for Mandakini." Just then, Anant and Vijayabai came back and joined them for lunch, which was served a few minutes later. Venkatesh pondered, "Shankar has a home in Hubli. I can easily go and meet him. Should I take Patil with me? No, it wouldn't be right. I think I will go alone." A few days later, Venkatesh made his way to Divate Chal in Hubli. He located the chal easily. It was a home to at least a dozen families. The mud walls were discolored and it was obvious that they hadn't been whitewashed for years. Venkatesh found it difficult to enter the chal because the lane was very narrow. So he parked his car and walked inside. On the way, he passed a water tap and 4 public toilets. "Maybe I shouldn't have come," Venkatesh thought. "But now that I am here, I'll finish what I have begun. First, I have to find Shankar's home." Luckily for him, he walked a few steps further and saw a door with something scribbled on it. He went closer and saw what was written, "Shankar Master, Primary School Teacher." This was it. Venkatesh knocked firmly. "Who is it?" asked a woman's voice. "Is Master at home?" "No, he's out." "Who are you?" she asked. "I am Venkatesh." "Well, I am here. The door is not locked. Please open it and come in. You can sit down and wait. Master should be back soon." Perhaps that's Mangalabai, Venkatesh thought. He pushed the door open and walked through a small veranda leading to a main hall. Venkatesh sat down and looked around. The only other room was a kitchen. There were unmistakable signs of poverty everywhere. Minimal, cheap furniture and faded photographs of children were displayed into broken photo frames. His eyes wandered to Shankar Master's wedding pictures. His own photo at that age was identical. Suddenly, the door opened. An attractive and fair skinned girl walked in. When did you come, Appa? Why are you sitting here all alone? She smiled and stood in front of him. She was around Gauri's age, but fairer. She almost looked like Gauri when she smiled. It took her a few seconds to realize her mistake. Venkatesh spoke immediately. I am not your father. My name is Venkatesh and I am a manager in State Bank of India. Sorry, sir, you look exactly like my father for a moment. What's your name? He asked her gently. Mandakini, she said and kept standing. So she is the one Shankar is worried about, Venkatesh thought. Sir, whom do you want to meet? Mandakini asked him. You see, if you have come to find about tuitions, then I am the one to talk to. But if you have come to meet my father, you will have to wait a bit. I want to talk to you. How much have you studied, child? I have passed my Bachelor of Science with the first class. These days I go to people's houses and teach children. Have you applied for any jobs? Yes, I have applied for both private and government jobs. Right now, I am awaiting the results. Unfortunately, fresher recruitment has decreased now. Hasn't it, sir? The girl asked. Manda, who are you speaking to? A voice came from the kitchen. Before she could respond, the main door opened and Shankar Master came in. He saw Venkatesh and stopped in his tracks, shocked at seeing the exact replica of himself. Venkatesh was fascinated too. He stood up. They had the same color of skin and the same nose, eyes, and face. Even their mothers would have got confused. But Shankar Master looked a tad older, possibly weighed down by worries. I am Venkatesh Rao. Shankar composed himself. What can I do for you, sir? Nothing really. Many people in the area thought that I was you. So I came to see you on a whim. Please be seated, sir. Shankar paused. I am sorry, this is a poor man's house. Venkatesh sat down quietly. Manda brought 2 cups of tea. Please don't bother. I have come here only to meet you. Isn't our situation very rare? Did your parents have siblings or cousins that they lost touch with? Maybe that will explain why we look similar. Shankar also sat down and wiped his sweaty forehead. He said, Sir, my father's name is Setu Rao and my mother's name is Bhaggava. I have never seen my father. In fact, I don't even have a picture of him. He died when I was still in my mother's womb. But I know that both my parents didn't have any siblings. I am their only child. What about you, sir? I am an only child too, said Venkatesh. My father's name is Madhav Rao and my mother's name is Indiramma. We have never visited this part of Karnataka and we don't have any relatives here either. Both men fell silent. Well, that theory doesn't explain the mystery then. I am really curious about our resemblance. Tell me, have you ever been to Mysore? Asked Venkatesh. No, sir, never. Our family is settled around the Ron, Navalgund and Nargund areas. I haven't crossed the Dharwad district borders even during my service. I have been working in Shishunal for 10 years now and am tired of asking for a transfer to Hubli, Dharwad or Gadag. Mandakini interrupted their conversation as she brought tea for them in steel tumblers. This is Sudama's hospitality, a poor man welcoming a rich man, Shankar said. Please drink some tea. We are happy that you came to our house. May I meet your mother too? She is in Shishunal. I work there from Monday to Saturday afternoon and then I visit my family in Hubli till Monday morning. You can visit my mother in Shishunal or I can bring her here sometime. Venkatesh didn't want to inconvenience Shankar's mother. He said, well, I'm planning to see Sharif's holy tomb in Shishunal. It's better that I go and visit your mother during my trip there. Shankar nodded. Where are your parents? He asked. My parents and grandmother passed away within 3 years of each other. That was years ago. I am sorry to hear that, sir, he added. The other day, a friend came home and asked me for a bag that he had given to me. I didn't know what he was talking about. Did he give the bag to you? Yes, someone did. In fact, 3 or 4 other people also made the same mistake. Venkatesh saw Mangalabai peeping into the room and overhearing their conversation. She seemed amazed at the resemblance too. Okay, Shankar Master, I will take your leave now. Goodbye, Manda. All the best to you. Venkatesh waved out to Mandakini and Shankar as he exited their home. He was happy that he had met them. They were such a simple family. As he walked out of the chawl, he saw people watching him. Quickly, he walked to his car and drove away.